10, then 4. Looking at 64 degrees. We've got clear skies. Wow, just a great Thursday, and it's the Automotive Show on the air every Thursday between 3 and 5. Chip Lyness and Louie Herron from Louie Herron Toyota. And Louie, you haven't talked football yet. Dolphins with some good news.
Not good.
No, they did not win.
No,
I thought they won last Sunday.
They played the Colts and lost by 3.
Yeah,
Andrew Luck.
Wow.
Yeah, our defense is really actually we got a good defense up front, but the defensive backs awful. Yeah, just not getting it done. They actually fired 2 and traded 2 more in this week.
Wow.
So it's obviously a problem we've got, but you know they're still they were 4-4, you know, and we're in the hunt with New England. So we'll see how that goes. And it's funny because Candace she's
looking at Candace, who works at your dealership, and huge Tom Brady fan, Patriot fan.
Yeah, we try to get her thinking right, but she's still. But at least she's not a sneaky New York Jet fan.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we're talking what the papers, articles, internet talks about scams to avoid, things to watch, red flags to look out for. I think they're all good things to be aware of just to make sure. So I just wanted to share my take to make sure that we legitimize some of these and debunk some of these. Now, one of these I thought was interesting, Chip, is the private seller scam. This was interesting, and I think this is something to be noted. I don't really have much experience with this to debunk it, so it's just something I'm going to share with everybody, that if you're an individual that likes to buy from another individual, this is something you want to look out for. Apparently, some of the things that happen is sometimes customers will buy a car or will say, man, you wouldn't believe the deal I got. This guy was selling this 2007 so-and-so for only X amount. And when I went to the dealer, it was $4,000 more expensive at the dealership or whatever the case may be. Could be the case. Could be legitimate. But as the article goes on, as far as one of the red flags, it cautions about the prices being too low, too good to be true. They're going to refer you to Edmunds.com or Kelley Blue Book or NADAGuides.com, or you can go to the Autoschool.com. All of it will have that. You need to verify the price, because what happens is, apparently, especially with Hurricane Katrina, and I'm sure you're going to have some of the fallout with Hurricane Sandy, and any other car that may be available, is they'll take a salvage car or a frame damaged car or even a unibody car. Now, let me define what that is. The unibody car is interesting because dealers get tempted to buy those, and you need to watch this if you're buying them. Some people buy a unibody car. Now, what that means basically is they deem the car frame damage, but it may only have a little nick on the frame. It may not even alter the car. But because it has been shifted in some way, shape, or form, and it could be just barely, they label that car as unibody. Well, when that car goes to the auction, it goes for pennies on the dollar, cheaper than what it would go for. I'm talking $4,000 or $5,000 less, because you have to disclose that. Okay, it's not illegal to sell a frame damaged car. People say, "Oh, you sold me a frame." No, it's not illegal. You can sell every car you sell could be frame damaged, but you have to disclose it. You know, you have to disclose what you're selling. It's not illegal to sell it. You can sell as is cars and so forth. But a lot of those cars and Carfaxes can be altered. This is information that I found out being sellers and finding out the hard way, looking at a clean Carfax when I buy a car. The car looks great, good clean Carfax. And then you pull another Carfax 2 years later, and all of a sudden it showed an accident and didn't report. We go pull the file from the original Carfax compared to the new one. The owner says, well, I didn't get into an accident anytime since I've owned it, and it actually shows up prior to us selling the car.
Oh, wow.
But the Carfax we pulled on the date that we have, I've gone through those before, and so you have to call Carfax, and they have a $5,000 discrepancy, and then legal thing, you got to make the customer whole. I mean, it's crazy. But so if you buy a car from an individual seller and the price just seems too good to be true, you better be careful, because you don't know what you're buying. You could be buying Frankenstein. They put these things back together sometimes. You got a lot of folks that look. They try to buy and sell cars legally. They can only sell up to 6 a year. But let's face it. If you sell a car and you can make $1,500 on a car, who wouldn't want to do that? If they can do it, you buy a car for $3,000, sell it for $4,500. I mean, that's something everybody would like to do if they could do it. So these people that, and I'm sure there's some legitimate folks that do it just to mess with cars, or they know how to work on cars, or they go buy a nice little car that needs a little tune-up or a transmission replacement. They get a good deal on it. They know how to fix transmissions, and boom, they can make a little money. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just suggesting, based on this article, not that I have experience with private sellers, because I don't buy from them, something you want to watch out for. A lot of people want to save money. remember, the laws are changing in the state of Georgia as well. If you buy from an individual, it used to be a pretty phenomenal thing, because when you bought a car from an individual, Chip, you didn't pay any tax.
I see.
So I bought a $10,000 car from a dealership, I got to pay $700 in tax,
I see.
plus the dock fee or whatever fees they have. Well, when you buy it from an individual, you don't pay that. But that law is changing. So as you turn the new year, 2013, whether you buy it from an individual or you buy it from a dealership, you're still going to pay tax on the car. So very, very important for you to just check some of these things out. The advantage of buying from a dealership, regardless of who the dealer is, obviously, is you have recourse, you have somewhere to go to, you hopefully have some kind of warranty, and hopefully you have some kind of backing relationship with that dealer, where you have some kind of assistance. God forbid something were to go wrong with the vehicle. You buy a car from an individual, you bought it, you own it. If it breaks in two pieces, you own both pieces. You know? So that's the way it goes.
Okay. All right, we're going to wrap up this segment. If you'd like to join us, 706-453-4140. We've got that oil change from Louie, Herron, Toyota. Call in and are on the air, 706-453-4140. 350